All right, so I'm gonna play this all the way through. Then I'm gonna give you my analysis of what we're looking at. So check it out. All right, so now let's get into it. Um, I've gotten a few videos about this very topic right here. I've just been waiting to have a decent enough opportunity to actually go over it. I've had other opportunities, but this is a bit better. And basically, when let's say you're trying to chase down your defensive assignment, usually that's what the case is, or you're running around off ball on offense, um, you'll be forced to constantly run into other players and not just run into them, but actually get stuck to them, right? So this is a functionality that they purposefully put in 2K, that's meant to throw off your ability to run routes and just get around the court fluently. So right here, pay attention to this guy right here. This is the first person I started to run into, and look at his feet, right? When I run into him, boom, you see that right there where he's allowed to slide. As soon as I started running into him, he's allowed to slide into a better position to cut off my ability to get around him and chase down my defensive assignment, right? But now when you pan the camera around, you see a moment right here where I'm facing my defensive assignment, but you're going to see a moment where I'm going to be forced to turn and lock in on him. All right, you look at my head. You're going to see I'm looking at my guy right here, but I'm going to be forced to turn and lock in on the guy standing next to me. So watch it. Boom, right there. Right? So now I'm going after my man, and I'm forced into turning into the other guy, which, then I wind up being stuck on him. Now, the whole time I'm doing this, you may not understand this or be able to know because you're not holding my joystick, or you're not looking at my hands, but common sense would tell you I'm angling my analog in such a way where I'm trying to chase after this guy right here, right? So I'm not facing this direction. My goal, which is what I'm trying to do because I'm afraid he's going to get the open three, obviously. So I want to continue to chase after him, but I'm not allowed to, right? I'm forced into constantly running in this direction. I'm stuck in this path right here, right? You see that? That doesn't even make sense that I'll be facing this way. But I'm forced into being stuck going that direction because the game does not, it wants to throw off your ability to play to the best of your ability and in as surreptitiously as a manner as possible, right? So continuing on, right, he gets the ball, he passes it around, he takes a drive, and he dishes it to the man right there. And if you look, there's a moment right here where I should be allowed to cut through this opening right here, but then you got the force field, right? So I'm not allowed to move through there either. So I'm constantly getting stuck trying to get around the court. My guy, he's been open on his own for a long time now, all because the game is freezing me, right? It's freezing me out of a defensive play. It's holding me out on it, right? It's doing this deliberately. Once again, they've done this purposefully in this game, and the sole purpose of it is to surreptitiously throw off your ability to run routes and get to your defense, get on your man. Usually if you're on offense and you're running around off ball on offense, what would happen usually then is, and everybody knows this, whoever is guarding you, they'll just be allowed to shadow you, right? In an unhuman kind of way. It's like, wow, this dude, you'll be sprinting, running forward in a full sprint, holding the turbo, and computer will be allowed to keep up with you running, moving sideways, right? Moving lateral. They're moving sideways, but they're moving faster than you are, and you're in a full sprint, right? And they're constantly allowed to bump you off your route. You're trying to run this way, they dip and slash over and cut you off. They slide out of that position into another position and cut you off. You're trying to run in a straight line. They're able to just jump right in front of you. They don't even have to run. They just can slide in front of you. But they're allowed to constantly bump you off your path, knock you off your path, no matter what, which direction you're going and what you're trying to do. So you have to learn how to kind of juke them, right? Like you're running routes, like you're running NFL routes, you got to juke computer, in basketball, because they're so precise and they're just sliding in and out of position, cutting you off all the time, right? But all of that, like just like this right here, is designed to prevent you from being too elusive and being able to just break bad on computer too easily, right? But instead of making computer better at keeping up with you in an organic manner, like what it looks like in real life, they just allow them to like on some X-Men type shit, just slide and maneuver around the court in ways that you cannot. Like they're on hoverboards all the time, right? Anyway, peace.